start of her abilities, we're going to be talking about Warped Arrow. And I'm going to go down the list as we go on, kind of explain kind of how it goes on. However, for Warped Arrow, Leaf in the Wind, increase the maximum curve angle by 20 degrees, basically meaning that her Warped Arrow can be turned slightly more than what it normally could. Her Fly True ability, her mod ability, Fly True, arrow pierces the first target, dealing 8 damage to the next target. Just like Gray or just like Nyx when they have piercing, though it's not as high, Nyx does 34 damage to 22 damage to the second target. Gray, who has piercing, doesn't do any damage to the second target, but reveals them with Tracer Bolt. However, Khita is able to do 8 damage to the second target. That's pretty good, because at least she's doing damage, especially classified as a support. So it's not like 28 to 8 is a big deal, but if somebody is really low and they're trying to survive as best they can and they're lower than 8, that's a kill for you, on top of 28 damage to the first target when they're trying to body block. Her next ability mod to the knee, which is kind of funny because it's a Elder Scrolls reference, triggering take aim and also slows the target hit. It's a 1 energy cost, which is not that bad if you're talking about wanting to slow the targets down and possibly stop them from following you or your allies. Her last mod is Stocked Quiver, gain 3 additional energy on hit, and this is pretty much for energy builds. Her normal energy on hit is 12. She can get up to 15, just like Nyx can. So if you wanted to have an energy build that was really good, Stocked Arrow would be it. But I highly doubt that anyone's going to take it over Fly True or, I guess, really Leaf in the Wind. It seems like a pretty good mod at first, but I guess like that additional 20-degree angle would be pretty beneficial getting around those tight corners. Her next ability, Resonance Burst. Jelly Legs would be the first one. Enemies hit are also slowed until the end of the turn. Pretty good for a 2 stat energy because it slows the people down. Which, slow, if you do not know, can do quite a bit. It could stop somebody from going the full amount. For example, if they're going, like, say, 4 or 5 blocks away, on the grid, I think it's about half. So it's not, they really can't do much when they're slowed. And it's pretty good for a 2 energy cost as well for this specific build. Sonic Resonance, shield is strengthened by 8 if an enemy is hit. I've been messing with this a little bit. It seems to be pretty decent, but my problem with it is that this is a 3 energy cost, and it only strengthens the shield by 8 if an enemy is hit inside of it. When you have Focus Burst, shield is strengthened by 10 if only a single ally is hit. I think my reasoning behind this is that at first I was wondering, like, why would you want this that's an additional energy when this for a single ally is 10, so it's 2 more. I think my understanding is that what this will do is that if an enemy is near you and an ally, both you and your ally have 38 shield. I think it goes for every single person on your team if an enemy is hit with inside of it. So if Rampart is trying to protect a Suren and Lockwood's trying to kill them but up close with light them up, then you throw Sonic Resonance and you're able to give them not only 30 shield but 38 shield each, on top of weakening the Lockwood because of the additional effect of weaken enemies until the end of the turn. Focus Burst, strengthen the shield by 10 if only a single ally is hit. This mod would mostly be used for like a rescuing type maneuver. Having the strength of a Dr. Finn bubble is really big, and basically you're just trying to keep your allies alive long enough to win the game if you're up by 1 or 2 points, if they're trying to go for a double kill or trying to get the last hit on a low level Lancer. Her last ability or mod is Resonant Capacitor. Gain 2 more energy per target hit. Basically, it's just an energy build like before with Warped Arrow. If you hit 3, it's 6. You hit 2, it's 4, and so on. So it's just a much faster way to get energy builds going. Her take aim ability got quite a few mods, actually. RFID chip. Targeted enemy is revealed until the end of next decision mode. This is 2 energy cost. And, I mean, that's pretty good because it has revealing. And it lasts until the next decision mode. So, if they're trying to run away instead of a bush, you can know where they're at. Or they're trying to go invisible like a, I guess, like a prop protocol hunting dog, for example, for pup. He can't really run away when he's revealed. Or Kaigan if he's trying to hide. Aim again. Allies are healed for 5 the second time they hit a marked target. Basically, let's say, for example, you shoot a Blackburn that has it on him. Normally you gain 25 on the first time that you hit. So if Gray, Nyx, and Rampart all hit that specific Lancer with mark or take aim and they're marked, they gain 25 HP. I did not know until I started playing the actual game that as long as they hit that specific Lancer, everyone gains 25. I thought it had stocks, meaning I thought the first person that got 25, that was it. No. It seems to be that every single person that hits that marked target Lancer all gets 25 until the end of the turn. And then again, if all of them hit them again, they all gain 5. So this is pretty good to have, so they gain 30 HP back instead of just the normal 25. And it's the 3 cost as well, so I mean, I think it'd be pretty good for keeping your heroes alive pretty long if they're able to get that specific Lancer in a trap, or if he doesn't have any more dashes. Her 1 energy cost, Sharpshooter, your attack that triggers take aim deals 4 additional damage. It's just mostly a DPS burst. That's all that really is. Aim assist can be targeted through walls, which if you could target through a wall and hit that person with your arrow, that's pretty hectic. Though I don't think I would take it because you still would have to have somebody close enough to hit them, which I guess you could do it for a frontliner or somebody who's positioned enough inside of a bush that they can get to them. Moment of Glory. Allies below 50% health receive 5 additional healing. So, I'm assuming from this... Yes. So, if they're 50% health or lower, instead of gaining 25, they gain 30. So that's what that really entails, which actually is pretty nice to have. Her dashing ability, Vaulting Shot. Cover the field is the first mod. Increase shot targeting angle by 40 degrees. Pretty much like Warped Arrow before. All you're doing is making the degrees of the angle more curved for easier and possibly better shooting. Her second ability, Light-Footed, gain haste until the end of next turn. Not really that bad. Surge of Energy, gain 2 more energy per target hit, which since it's an AoE, you're able to hit more than just one target, though it's kind of small. And her last one, Ready, Aim, Fire. If you hit an enemy affected by take aim, they are rooted for 1 turn. This is the only real mod I would want to keep, because rooting stops them completely. They can't go anywhere. They have to either dash, kata, or they're going to take the hit. And rooting, honestly, I like this a lot more than any of these others. So that's definitely the one mod I would have. Plus being a 1 cost, that's pretty huge. And for her ultimate ability, Raining Arrows. Pins and Needles reduce cooldown by taking aim by 1. Pretty good. Heavy Rain deals an additional 5 damage to enemies below 50% health. That's pretty good for killing off people. So, for example, instead of 28 damage, it's 33. And if you use Might, it'd probably be, I think, 40. Because it's 35 normally with Might. Yeah, it'd be 40 if they were 50% low. Crippling Blow. Enemies hit are slowed next turn. So that's pretty good. Cloudy Skies. Gain energized until the end of next turn. Energy build pretty much. And Deluge of Arrows. Select 1 additional point. Reduce the range between each point by 2. So pretty much instead of having like the 2 spots of the line you would have, you would have a third spot you could shoot. Like, say, Gremolitions, how he has 4 bombs, but he has the mod to give him 2 more. That's kind of what Deluge of Arrows would kind of be like. And I want to clarify as well, in the Spotlight I had said Turtle Tech was the one mod I would use. If that mod is actually going to be removed from Atlas Reactor, then the other one I would either use is Adrenaline, or you can use Critical Shot. The reason why I want people to use Turtle Tech, if it doesn't get removed, mainly is because of this. Once Brain Juice is gone, that's it. You have nothing else. Keeping her alive is the best thing you can do as a support. Keeping your teammates alive is huge, but keeping yourself alive is even bigger. Because without you, your teammates won't have anything to support them from shields or healing. So having that additional shield as like a backup, that's why I use Turtle Tech. But if they do remove it, then I would probably use Adrenaline to gain the haste and Unstoppable, or Critical Shot to probably use for one of your ultimates. But that's like the only real reason why I would use any of them two. Turtle Tech is probably still the biggest I would still go with. And that is pretty much all I could say really about Khita and her mods. And anyway, guys, if you do like this video, like always, leave a follow, or thanks for stopping by. And I'll see y'all later.